There's a bunch of G's in Korea. They decided to make this crawler. We like it. $269. Strap in Pepe. We took it to the trails. Now let's see what it can do. It took us a while to name the magazine. We thought of what could be with RC. We found a cool word, called it Velocity. We didn't want to name it Velocity XB39.2, but it seems a lot of RC kits run out of creativity, or maybe it's copyrights. How do they name kits? I got a couple ideas. Maybe they get inspiration from breakfast or SpaghettiOs with meatballs, because kits these days don't have any names. I'm not scared of the DEX210. It doesn't sound intimidating. But if I was going to name something, like the military, I have an F-16 Strike Eagle, a Raptor. Those things instill fear. I'm going somewhere with this tangent, because a lot of kits these days are named something weird, and maybe SpaghettiOs gives them the RPHO meatball, or the meatball RPHO .2.0, I don't know. Or maybe they say, hey Cap, can you help me out? Yeah, you. How about you name the kit for me? Get on that computer. But now we have GMade, and they call it the SawBack. And I like the name, because I can call it something. Now let's get to the trails and see if the SawBack is Pepe approved. To be honest, I never really heard of this kit. It's been out for a while, but it popped up in my Facebook feed. I hate you, Facebook. But look at it, it's awesome. The body is an old Willys Jeep. We're not copyright lawyers, so we're not going to say anything, but it's probably not licensed. The axles are solid, the suspension, leaf spring, just like the original truck. Pretty awesome. Chassis, body on frame, just like you would buy a Willys Jeep. It's metal ladder frame, it's got the transmission in the middle, leaf suspension, metal bumpers, an awesome looking body. We definitely don't like the Ghost Ride our whips. That's why we got Pepe. Sure, we had to cut his legs off and drill a hole in his hand to make him grab the shifter, but it looks better. Somebody's driving that thing, and he's having a good time, he's always smiling. And that's a good thing for the SawBack, because I'm a racer, and a lot of racers watching this video will be like, hey, I don't get it. Why aren't you going full throttle? But some people don't understand going to the track for 3 days, checking your ride height 1,100 times. Yeah, it's still 22 millimeters high. You don't have to drop it again. And waiting to run on the track for 4 minutes to sit and do it all over again. Ride height, still the same. So this is why this class is so popular. You can grab your favorite beverage, head out to the woods, and find something to crawl over, and do it slow. Walk around, take in nature, find a stream, maybe have another sip of your beverage, hang out with your friends, and have a good time. The SawBack itself isn't full of technology. There's 4-link suspension, there's shocks with actual oil in them. These don't have any oil in them, they're kind of like pogo sticks on 2 springs. But there's a realism to it, because the real Jeep was a pogo stick. Watch some of the old videos when they test it, they bounce up and down, they almost shoot out of the truck. Pepe, he's screwed in, he's not coming out. But that's part of this fun, because the slower you go, the more realistic it seems, and the more fun it is. It's almost like meditation, RC, it's therapy. I'm just walking through the woods, found a stream, and I'm going to pretend I'm in a real truck. You wouldn't go 50 miles an hour through this stream, you'd break your truck in half. But the SawBack, it handled it well. The full-time 4-wheel drive did make some wide turns. You had to do some reverse maneuvers to kind of get around. But, that's okay. Reverse is okay. We're not racing, you can't back into someone. GMade does offer a ready-to-run version of this, but we chose the kit. And even though our switch is hanging down in the front, as you can see, it was actually kind of a nice build. The axles were a little loose for the bearings. Phillips head screws, I don't really like them, but they do sell a hex kit, which is a nice upgrade. We installed the good stuff. Tekin 4112 ROC motor. That's a crawler motor. It's made to go slow. It's got huge torque. No problems turning those wheels and kind of getting into anything. High-tech servo. Made sure that we didn't have a weak servo. Nothing worse than having a weak servo. You can't turn. It doesn't do anything. You definitely need it when you're trying to crawl over some rocks, which we'll see later, because not only does this go through stream, but it can handle some 45-degree inclines on some dry rocks. We'll get to see that in a bit. You may or may not have enjoyed the silence. So I'm back, and so's Pepe. This time, he's in a more true California environment with no water. No cactuses around, but we'll get to some cactus. Four-wheel drive really gets to go over everything. You know, within scale, you're not trying to jump a Grand Canyon with this thing, and you're not trying to go 100 miles an hour. Small rocks and obstacles, which are the fun of scaling. Hey, I'm going to climb up some stuff. Pepe's holding on, maybe pointing a pistol out the side. That's how we roll. He's a G. But in general, the GMade, with the hard tires and a hard foam, you can leave those out, probably get a little more traction, does a good job. That's about a 45-degree incline. I don't know where I'm going to go after I climb up it, but hey, I got up it, and Pepe was smiling, as always. If you're looking for a break from checking your ride height, sitting at the track, making fun of others while waiting to run, a scaler might be the mental break from racing you need. It's fun. Grab a buddy, get two of these together, and hit the trails. Pack a cooler, something to eat, get out and see some nature. The GMade SawBack, it's not the most technologically advanced vehicle, but it's one for $269 that I'm really happy with. Read the full review in Velocity RC Cars magazine, issue number 22. Check it out. There's words, videos, and a few bits of me making fun of myself.